Oh, ow, 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 ow. All right. Okay, let me see if I can get the video right. Is it right? Okay, the name of this video is I don't understand. What is it that you don't understand about MAGA? Oh, I'm being a little lazy. Just a little. I'm gonna play this video first. And then
this is not Mayor Adams' job. This is the job of the people of the city of New York, and everyone should participate in that through New York City Cares, through the 100 nonprofits that we are part of, through all the other groups. Everyone needs to be a part of that, and I'm not going to allow anyone to allow this moment to go past without asking, what are you doing to help people who are in need right now?
That the legislature set aside. And one more question for you. What do you feel like President Joe Biden is taking New York for granted in the 2024 election?
I'm not in his head. I don't understand why. I think real, true immigration reform is something that has been kicked down the road for many years. Both Republicans are blocking immigration reform. So,
all right, I have
those dollar amounts tomorrow.
Providing any.
Hold on.
I have to do this.
Yes, they are. How are you, Kelly? Good.
I just want to ask you, what type of resources are the city's lawyers needed to request from the state when it comes to what they need to help with the migrants? And how often, the governor was just here, how often are you meeting with her?
Okay, and while I answer that question, can we have those who are going to ask questions? You can come up and like be the honorary mayor, congressman, governor, and sit in the front seat because I can't hear you guys back there. I think your question was how much resource?
Now listen to what he says.
Everybody but Michael Gardner.
Listen to what he says about the resources.
In that letter that they sent on the 9th, and then also how often are you personally speaking to the governor about what they need from her? And are you asking her to step up when it comes to her risk?
The governor has stepped up. Thanks to my state lawmakers, they have put $1 billion into the budget.
Did you hear that?
The use of the National Guards, the use of other spaces, paying for the tents that we're going to do on Randall's Island.
$1 billion.
I communicate regularly with the governor around this ever-evolving crisis that we're facing with the migrants, almost 100,000 today.
100,000.
And I recall last year when we were at 15,000, telling folks that we need to get this under control because we could potentially get 100,000. Well, now we're here. And the judge gave us an order. The Corporation Council is now handling that, what the judge told us to do. And we're going to continue to speak with the state as we try to navigate this. But it's also our other counties upstate.
So did you hear that? $1 billion is the funding. And last year, the number of migrants was 15,000. It is now up to 100,000 migrants. And a judge has said you have to house these people. So they're putting up the tents. And so he's saying that it's not just up to New York, it's up to other states. So they're going to spread them out throughout the other states, the other states in the state of New Jersey. And so I'm not going to go with this whole video. I just wanted you to hear that part. So let me go to this other video that I was watching. Hopefully it'll come up. So here's my other video.
Looking at the alleged crimes, and you're looking at his ability. side there, and I think maybe that might have been a clearer example. I think part of what perhaps the president's supporters are struggling with is the kinds of questions that we just asked Evan a moment ago. It's a little bit abstract to people, this question of where the line between candidate Trump ended, candidate aide Mark Meadows ended, and the people who work for the government did. It's a little blurry and confusing to many people.
Intentionally so.
Yes.
Which is one of the reasons why former President Trump is candidate Trump again. Thank you guys very much.
So I'm watching this one. Give me a second. I have trouble.
Delivering his own message to his audience.
So I'm watching Dana Dash. They're talking about Trump having to turn himself in, and the negotiations that are going on to turn himself in. And then she puts up this chart, and it says, oh fuck, I have to cut it out again. Let me go back to it. All right. I'm watching. Let me go back. Make sure I get it in here again. All right. So Dana Dash and her guest are up, and she puts up this chart. And I keep saying this. I'm gonna keep saying it until it clicks in you guys' head, because I don't think you understand. Donald Trump loves immigrants because it's cheaper to hire them. They don't make a fuss. They don't sue. They don't want much because they're so grateful to get out of their countries, the little shithole countries. They don't give a fuck if Donald Trump calls their country shithole countries. They are shithole countries. That's why they're clamoring to get over here. They have freedoms that they don't have in those communist countries. They love Donald Trump, those immigrants. Feel what they tell you is true among Trump voters. This is just Trump voters. Religious leaders, 42%. Conservative media, 56%. Friends and family, 63%. Donald Trump, 71%. This is the MAGA people. And I literally said Donald Trump could kill their kids right in front of them. And they would still vote him in to be president if he could be president. Now, Donald Trump can't be president again. And he's not going to be president again. He does not have to be convicted because of the 14th Amendment, section number 3. 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution. Because somebody was typing me back the other day in a video that I put out, and they said something about the impeachment clause, section 3. This is not the impeachment clause. The United States Constitution, 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution, section 3, giving aid to the insurrectionists. You do not have to be found guilty. You do not have to be convicted of a crime. Either causing an insurrection, being involved in an insurrection, or giving aid and comfort to others who caused an insurrection. And you cannot be the president of the United States. And he has done more than that. So I'm not worried about him. Even if the MAGA and the Republicans and the Democrats all want Donald Trump to be the president, the Constitution says he cannot. He cannot be sworn in. And it only takes one Secretary of State, only one Secretary of State, to say, no, you cannot be the president of the United States. So that is it, people. People that are sitting around biting your teeth and biding your time, and you're wasting your time. He will not be the next president of the United States. Okay, I've only been saying this for a year, and I finally got two experts they are now saying that. They have now realized, for whatever reason, somebody finally read the goddamn Constitution of the United States. Two experts. One is a judge. The other one is an expert. I'm not going to say they listen to me. I'm not. But I'm going to tell you one thing. They're saying the exact same thing that I'm saying, and they are the experts. He will never be. Not only will he never be the president of the United States, he will never hold public office again. And not only does that not only apply to him, that applies to anybody who gave comfort to any insurrectionist of the United States. So anybody who gave comfort to Donald Trump cannot hold public office. Hello? Hello? All right. So I don't understand why people I don't understand why the rest of America, why the rest of Americans are surprised about these numbers. Why are you surprised? Why are we still acting like we're surprised about these numbers? And I said before there's going to be a civil war. And I said that about a year ago, maybe two. This is not anything new. Before I had a YouTube channel, I said there's going to be a civil war because you got these judges that have been allowing people to have guns, not just MAGA people, not just people who support Donald Trump. And every goddamn day it comes true. I was saying, y'all calling the insurrection an insurrection, that's a civil war. That is a civil war. That is the beginning of a civil war. It is, yes, it is an insurrection because these people attacked the government. But that is part of a civil war. But you got these judges that keep telling people, because the first civil war that I ever saw happen when I was a baby, I was born in 1967. And the first civil war happened in 1968 when they killed King and people lost their goddamn minds. Yes, they burned down their neighborhoods. And I know y'all thinking that this was black people, but let me tell you something. It was people of all races. And there was a war against anybody. Let me tell you, people was getting fucked up. It wasn't just our neighborhoods, but they like to tell y'all it was just our neighborhoods. They like to show y'all that it was just our neighborhoods. They burned down white people's houses. They burned down Jewish people's houses. They burned down stores and neighborhoods. They killed people in the Senate. They killed judges. They killed white people, Hispanics, Jewish people. But they don't like to show it. But you could best believe everybody got fucked up of every race. Asians and everything else. Everybody got some. They don't like to say it, but that is what happened. Everybody got some. Everybody got some. They'll tell y'all it was just black neighborhoods, but no, it wasn't. It wasn't just black neighborhoods. Put this one away. But it's their neighbor. It's their radio stations. Let them tell you. Let them say what they want to say. They could say whatever they want to say. But it wasn't just black neighborhoods that got burnt down. We don't own no supermarkets. Black people didn't own no supermarkets. Black people didn't own no car washes. Black people didn't own no liquor stores. All that shit got burnt down, fucked up. We didn't own no auto shops or nothing else. All that got burnt down. Anyway, we didn't work in no courthouses. None of that. So anyway, I'm tired and I'm sleepy. I had a really busy day. But the reason I keep telling y'all that a civil war is coming, it's not, yeah, it's MAGA too, but it's not just MAGA. You all are frustrating people so much in this world. Things are so high and they don't have to be, and people know they being squeezed. The people in the United States, they know that they being squeezed, and they know that y'all taking advantage of them. And they know that y'all squeezing them and squeezing them and squeezing them, and y'all making things so hard. And when I say y'all, I mean the government. I mean the government. I mean the judges, the government, rich people. There was a time when rich people couldn't even walk the streets. They had to hire bodyguards. Y'all don't y'all don't remember that. And I saw a rich person got murdered. A couple of rich people got murdered. See, I hear these things, and the news has stopped showing it. There's some stories that were going around last year, and as they were showing them, I was making stories about them, and that's what made me say a civil war is coming. It wasn't because of nothing specific that MAGA was doing. Yeah, MAGA was showing their ass, but I was making these little shorts, and I'm like, oh, this happened, and then something else happened on a Dr. Richie show. I'm like, oh, this happened. And then something else happened on TYT. And I'm like, oh, wait, this happened? And all that shit reminded me of the shit that was happening in the 70s and the 80s. And I'm like, oh, hell, it's a civil war about to happen. People losing their mind. And I mean, it was just random people. Like the guy that went, and he didn't have no criminal background or nothing. But he went in the doctor's office and he shot in the hospital. And he shot shot up the hospital. He didn't have no criminal background or nothing. And he just went in there in the hospital and he shot the people up. It made no sense. It made no motherfucking sense. It wasn't race related or nothing. Just flipped out, went in there and shot motherfuckers. I saw something on Dollamore. He did a news thing where the kid went in there and just shot people. And he shot his grandmother, walked past his grandfather like nothing happened, then went and shot the school up. What the fuck? And I just, all of these things that are happening, all these shootings and all these killings, it didn't make no sense. Then I was watching something else, and somebody went to a supermarket and shot somebody else. And then I was watching something else, and somebody went in a church, a white person, and shot something else. And I'm like, why are these shootings happening? Why are these murders, these killings happening? They're just not related. AR-15s, people just out there shooting and killing. I said, all of this shit sound like a civil war. It sound like people are stressed out. Nancy Pelosi's husband got fucked up, if that really happened. That's the only thing that sounds suspicious to me. Of all the shootings, that's the only one, the way it happened, that sounds suspicious to me. Why? Because the police was sitting right outside her door and nobody heard nothing. The neighbors didn't hear nothing, and the two officers are sitting right outside the door didn't hear nothing. While this man was screaming from the top of his lungs, from the front of her house to the back, screaming her name, Nancy, Nancy, and the officers is right out. That's the only thing that make me think that this didn't happen. Because why is the two officers sitting outside your house and the man climbed in the window that was open, screaming your name at the top of his lungs, and nobody heard nothing? And then he got your husband and bust his head open. And then when I seen your husband, you know, white people take a long time to heal, and I ain't seen nothing. But I hope nothing didn't happen to him, but it just seems suspect. And your neighbors didn't hear nothing, and the officers, nobody heard this man screaming your name, and he walked all through your house for a half hour screaming your name at election time. Okay. But just the fact that I'm telling you, people are under so much stress. And all of this is contrived because the government is doing this. The government is pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. It's like they pushing everybody out of their homes. It's like they pushing the price up little by little. The government, them conservative and Democrats and them Republicans, they working this shit together. It's like they want everybody at everybody's throat. And they keep letting these immigrants in this country. They are letting these immigrants in this country because they want to replace the Americans that are here. Y'all know they did this before. I said it in my other video. I swear to God, y'all not listening. I know people are watching my videos. I know y'all watching my videos. I know that y'all know I know y'all watching my. I'm not talking about the people that are subscribed to my channel. I'm talking about the people that are watching my videos. Cause see, the views are going up. Yeah, it's a way for me to know that y'all watching the videos. I check to see who I can't see who is watching the videos, but I know that y'all watching the videos. I don't care about who subscribe and all that bullshit. Because I swear to God, I don't know 10 people. So I don't even know who the 403 people. Thank you for subscribing. I don't know who the fuck y'all are, but thank you for subscribing. That's not the important part. I got 103,000 views. I have no motherfucking idea who you people are. I have no idea. 103,000 people are viewing these goddamn videos. I don't know who you all are. So I know the videos are being watched. Because I promise you, a bitch don't know 10 people. Yeah. I don't know 10 people. I don't have 2 close personal friends. I do not. Yeah. I don't know who y'all are. So yeah. I don't know who you people are. But thank you for viewing them. But it's just amazing that, and then this is not a channel, like I don't make money off of this channel. I'm not doing none of that at all, ever. I already said that a long time ago. This is never gonna be no money channel for me. So I'm gonna say what I want. You don't want to see it, don't watch it. Because this is not a money channel. I don't understand why the rest of the world doesn't get it. Like, I don't agree with the way some of MAGA people are going about doing the things that they're doing. The violence, I don't agree with, but I understand their anger. And they're never going to wake up from Donald Trump because they can't trust nobody else. Donald Trump is telling them one thing. Donald Trump is telling them what their heart and their ears want to hear. In their mind, a lot of them understand that he's a full of shit motherfucker, but they're so angry at what's going on. They're so angry and they're so fed up. They don't care. And I don't understand why y'all don't understand that. You know? They don't care. They know he's a full of shit motherfucker. They don't care. They need somebody to get their frustrations out. And some of them are just so fed up with how the fuck you gonna let people in this country and say, we don't have money. We don't have money for Americans. We don't have money for roads. We don't have money for a wall. We don't have money for food stamps. We don't have money for infrastructure. We don't have money for towns. We don't have money for kids. We don't have money for XYZ. We can't lower your taxes. But the fuck, if you didn't just hear Mayor Adams in New York say, we just allocated unmarked $1 billion motherfucking dollars. $1 billion for 100,000 people that just walked across the border and came in this country. And you think that those MAGA people are ever going to say something against Donald Trump, even though those are the people that he about to hire for Bedminster, Florida, and Mar-a-Lago in Florida, Bedminster, and where's his other place? He got 3 places, and New York. He about to hire those people and pay them $2 an hour. See, it's not clicking in their brain that Donald Trump hires these people, because he goes out there and he says they're illegal, they shouldn't be here, and they're from a shithole place. Those are his employees. He ain't got to provide no insurance for them. They're not going to pay no taxes. They ain't paying no taxes. They getting that little plastic card at $2 an hour. No federal taxes, no local taxes, no state taxes. This is all a write-off for Donald Trump. It's not clicking in their brain. He's cursing them out. He's talking shit about them, and he's feeding for his MAGA base. He's feeding their emotional need. He's talking about them. But the flip side that they don't see is, well, why they all working at your compounds? Why they working at your companies? And because he's the one that's hiring them, he's getting a big fat tax write-off. See, he's part of the system that's bringing them in here. I ain't lying. The man got busted telling the man to go and erase the tape. It's not clicking in their brain because he's feeding the adrenaline. Donald Trump is feeding the adrenaline by talking about them. He ain't got to worry about them filing no lawsuit or nothing. No workers' comp. They fall and bust their head open. Oh, don't worry about it. He give them $50. And the country they came from, they don't get $50. They so grateful to be in America and not be under oppression. They won't dare file a workers' comp and file a lawsuit. They ain't filing that. Unless one of these agencies, they get a hold of them and say, oh, you hurt yourself? But see, they ain't got their papers yet, so they're not going to file nothing. Unless, the American Liberties, civil union or something catch them. But most of that time, they fall through the cracks. They give them $50 at one time, and they could take that $50 and send it back Western Union to their family. $50 in Venezuela, they hit the jackpot. They ain't worried about no goddamn civil liberties union or nothing like that. And the desperation is the civil liberties union or send $20 of that 50 back to my family. When you in desperation, that's how you think. Help them now or wait 2 years for a lawsuit. I saw somebody coming out of the water, crawling through barbed wire. And Governor Kemp need to be the fuck prosecuted for them people coming out of barbed wire. I don't think they should be here, but why they got to crawl through barbed wire and be cut the fuck up? You know, don't treat people inhumanely. Keep them the fuck in their country. Because here's the thing. They do not have a right to be here. They ain't entitled to be in America. You ain't got no entitlement to be here. You don't have an entitlement to be in this country. You have a right to seek asylum. You do not have a right to be in America. That's where y'all got it fucked up. I hear these people, these advocates advocating for and I don't mean just Venezuelans. I don't give a fuck what country you coming from. Any country you coming from. You do not have a right to leave your country and come lay in the streets illegally in America. You do not. If I or you did that and we went to another country, they would put us in jail. We wouldn't give no goddamn a welcome out and give us food and this and that. They put us in jail. Rape us, beat our ass, put us in jail. But here, we find a hotel for them. We put up tents for them. But our people that are here in America who lose their apartments, we let them lay in the street. We let them lay under bridges. Why ain't nobody putting up tents for the people, for the Americans that are homeless? Why ain't nobody getting $1 billion for the Americans over there in California and putting a tent city for those Americans? Why the fuck you letting the Americans that are already homeless and that are on drugs, why aren't you going and getting $1 billion allocated for people that are alcoholics and drugs? And taking $1 billion and getting them people over in California off the street and making a tent city for them before you get $1 billion and allocate it for all those people that are just illegally crossed into America. Or doing it simultaneously. Why? Why didn't you get $1 billion for the kids that don't have lunch programs? At the same time, you just allocated $1 billion for the illegal people that just came to this country at the same time. Instead of why? Why didn't you allocate $1 billion for the reparations that you owe the black and the white people in America? At the same time, you just allocated $1 billion. $1 billion for those people that now we the taxpayers have to pay. You see why there's going to be a civil war? Because that shit ain't free. Because y'all got America's fucked up. And because they have come over here, y'all keep giving motherfuckers $20 million to start a business. And then you look of our tax dollars. And then you look at America's and say, why haven't you started a business? Let me stop saying 20 million because y'all really giving them 50 to 100 million. start their businesses. They ain't got to have no credit. All they got to do is say that they escaped from their country. And then they get $50,000 to $100,000 of taxpayers' money through a grant or loan. There's so much advantage to them. Because it's not like they got the best paying jobs and they're saving up their money. Y'all motherfuckers is giving them our tax dollars. And even when you let them get their apartments and their houses and their apartment buildings, you waiving all type of fees and shit. Right? All right. I'm going to go. But y'all can't do nothing for Americans. People are losing their farms. People are losing their homes. I told you the middle class is almost wiped out. That's why it's going to be a civil war. Gas is high as shit. Inflation is high because they are here. It's not their fault. It's not the people in office fault. Want to know whose fault it is? Americans. Because Americans, listen to me closely, Americans, it's your fault. Because y'all keep voting in the same Lindsey Grahams. Yep. Jim Jordans, Ron Jordans, Hakeem Jeffries, Clive Davises. Y'all keep voting in the same motherfuckers. It's your fault. Or y'all keep staying home. You keep listening to Philip Scott and Ice Cubes. Now, there are people running that you never heard of. If they're not giving us reparations and money for the people, for the motherfuckers that's been in this country for the last 50 years and giving us weekly checks so we can come out of poverty, you shouldn't be voting for them. Just like they can give money to all these migrants that's coming over here, $1 billion of unpaid for money, they can give us $1,776 tax exempt taxes. That's exempt from everything. The money don't count for nothing. It don't count as income. And the one-time payment reparations. Mm-hmm. So we can all come out of poverty together. Am I starting to make sense to you motherfuckers now? So anybody that's not agreeing to pay that one-time reparation and money for the people weekly payments, that's exempt from everything. Just like the money they give to the immigrants that's coming over here is exempt, all of that money is exempt. Don't worry about it. Just pay it to us because it's nothing but taxes and we're going to put it back in the system. It's exempt. It don't get taken out for child support. It don't get taken out if you get Section 8. It don't get taken out of nothing. It's just a payment to us that we pay back into the system. It's not counted as income. Right? Just like the money they give into all these immigrants, just like the money they give to big business, it comes to Americans. It's exempt from everything. Y'all have a nice day. When y'all wake up and understand what I'm saying, have a nice day. So we only voting for people that are voting to put that into practice immediately.